Hey everyone, I'm Peter.
And I'm Jez, and with the Bible in between us, we're
The PB&J Show. Woo! All right, you ready to get into today's episode?
Let's do it. No shenanigans, no distractions, just 100% Bible lesson. Let's go!
Oh, well, so much for that.
What do we do now?
Well, I guess we power through, I guess.
Ha!
Yeah, because we lost the power in the building.
Well, but we can't make an episode without lights.
Yeah, I know, the emergency ones are going to go out soon. Maybe we could just make it sound like an old-time radio show.
Oh, cool, yeah. Well, do you remember when I told you that I was afraid of the dark?
Let's see. Let's go back to the memory banks of Jez's fears. He fears old people, large hamsters, small guinea pigs, which pretty sure those two are the same things.
You would think.
But I don't really remember you listing that as one of your fears, though.
Well, I am.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I have a flashlight. Here we go. One for you, one for me. Alrighty. Okay, there we go.
But Peter, it's still dark all over, though.
No. Just, look into the light.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. No, Jez, no. Look at what is in the light.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
There you go. All right.
This might help.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, well, I actually think we could maybe make a Bible story out of this. Listen, I'm going to go see if I can figure out what's going on with the power, but you and the kids can stay here and watch this.
God's story. Peter walks on water. So remember how part of God's story is about a guy named Simon who was renamed Peter because he was one of the first people to follow Jesus? Well, it goes like this. Peter left everything to follow Jesus with 11 other guys. They were called disciples. And one day, they were with Jesus while he was teaching a large crowd. After teaching, Jesus wanted some time alone to pray. He told his disciples to go ahead of him in a boat across the Sea of Galilee. Later that night, the wind picked up, and the boat was surrounded by crashing waves. Meanwhile, Jesus decided to join them. And since Jesus can do anything, he walked out to the boat, right on top of the water. When the disciples saw a man walking across the dark sea, they had no idea it was Jesus. They thought it was a ghost. Jesus said, "Be brave. It's me. Don't be afraid." Peter decided to find out for himself. He said, "If it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." So Jesus said, "Come." Kids, if Jesus told you to step out onto the stormy waves, would you do it? Well, Peter did. He got out and walked on top of the water just like Jesus. As soon as he saw the crashing waves, though, he got scared and started to sink. Jesus caught him and said, "Your faith is so small. Why did you doubt me?" It might sound kind of surprising that Jesus called Peter's faith small when he was the only one brave enough to get out of the boat. But the truth is, Jesus is powerful and can help us do anything. He wants us to trust him even when it makes no sense or scary things are happening around us. When Jesus and Peter climbed into the boat, all the disciples realized Jesus is most definitely the Son of God. So they worshiped him. And that's part of the story of Peter. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Peter was a disciple. The disciples got in a boat. Jesus prayed. Waves crashed. Jesus walked on water. The disciples got scared. Jesus told Peter to come. Peter walked on water. He saw the waves. He got scared. He sunk. Jesus caught him. The disciples worshiped Jesus. And that's a part of God's story.
This is one of my favorite Bible stories of all time. And not just because it involves a guy named Peter, I think it's a great example of what it's like to trust God.
Totally. We want to be able to do miraculous things like Peter, but sometimes we can get distracted by the storms around us and take our eyes off Jesus and start to sink.
In the same way, we can become discouraged by the hard things happening in our lives. We can become anxious and worried. And Those are normal feelings to have. I mean, I worry about my cat Piper's health whenever she gets sick.
Yeah, and I get worried about the things I see in the news or even stress about being a good witness to people at work.
It's when we only focus on those feelings of worry and stress and don't look to God for hope and answers. I mean, those negative feelings can consume our lives.
Like today, I was scared of the dark all around me, but Peter gave me a light so that I could keep my eyes on that and not focus on the fear around me.
And even if we take our eyes off of Jesus and feel like we're drowning, Jesus is always ready to come alongside us and help us back up.
The world is full of things that will tempt us to look away from Jesus. They'll want us to focus on the fear, the bad things happening, but God has called us to fix our eyes on Jesus.
We can trust Jesus no matter what. And when we make the choice to keep our focus on Jesus, we're worshiping him with our eyes. And that's our big idea today. Here, let's say it all together.
I can worship God with my eyes. Thank you again for helping me to focus on what's good and not my fears today.
Yeah, you got it, bud.
Hey, you may not be Peter that can walk on water, but you're the Peter that can work with electricity.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure I did anything, because I think the electricity came back on completely independently of me touching random wires together.
Shocking.
Yeah, it was.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Jess, why do I taste pennies?
I think we need to bring you to the emergency room.